Hi guys, how you doing? So yesterday I read a story that broke my heart. I read a story that triggered me to my very core. A story about a so-called pastor who had been preying on the teenage girls in his care. A sexual abuser. A predator. Who had the audacity to start a Christian ministry for teenagers focusing on, wait for it, sexual purity. So apparently this pastor, Timi Adigun, had been having sex with the teenage girls in his ministry for years. And finally, when he was exposed, he took the coward's way out. Rather than own up and take responsibility, he closed down his church and he has been hiding. His social media is set to private. His blog is even private. And then the worst part of all of this for me is the number of people who have been complicit, who knew, and the horrible feeling I get in my stomach. Because, see, deep down, we all know that Timi Adigun will most likely get away with it. He will get away with it. I mean, we live in a society that shames victims into silence. Especially in religious communities. It's hard enough for survivors of sexual assault to speak up and get justice. Then these girls are teenagers. Teenagers. Timi Adigun will get away with sexually abusing young girls because we are a society that enable abusers like him, where protecting the religious institution trumps protecting the humans within that institution. So he's going to continue preaching and people will keep listening. He has not repented. Timi Adigun has not repented. Rather, he's running away from accountability. Him and his wife are on Instagram doing giveaways. He's still preaching. Story even has it that he has, opened another church low-key. And his victims are teenage girls who have been silenced by the fear of stigmatization, victim blaming, religious judgment. This is so annoying. See, all I just want to say here is that if you're a parent, and you have a daughter who at some point attended this ministry, this so-called Mind ministry, please listen to them. If they ever want to talk, be there to listen. Think about it. If you have ever been a teenage girl raised in a Nigerian church, you know how creepy those virginity monitoring pastors can be. Every bloody youth meeting is about your virginity, sexual purity, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, that more often than not is the very core, the very center, the very den of abusers. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just very disappointed. I'm just very sad. I'm very upset. I'm very angry. And I feel like it is time to be accountable. It is time that religious institutions take issues of sexual assault very seriously and stop covering people up. Stop defending them. Stop covering up their issues. Expose them. And it's not enough to say, they have confessed in church, you have prayed for them, they are forgiven. Justice needs to be done. And there is no justice if there is no accountability. If there are no consequences. So Pastor Timi Adigun and every other pastor like him needs to face the consequences. They should be prosecuted because what he did was statutory rape. You do not have sex with underage minors. It is wrong. It is statutory rape. Those girls are not in a position to give consent. This is so annoying, honestly.